Oh, hello there. Don't be alarmed. We're just preparing your listening device for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving. We do this, of course, by filling the radio with water. Don't worry, we're professionals. Thanks to me, you won't even get wet. You see, I've crammed every appendage of my body into the cracks and crevices of your radio, ensuring an airtight seal. By the way, don't touch your on-off knob. That's a very sensitive area. Anyway, I should remind you, we believe in the buddy system just like diving, so don't listen alone. Call your buddy and tell them that Scuba Radio is about to begin.
We're gonna start a new life under the sea.
So, am I gonna drown?
Of course not. Just stay calm and let the gentle currents relax your every muscle.
Under the sea, under the sea.
Did it just get warmer?
There'll be no accusations, just friendly crustaceans under the sea.
Where the hell are the sharks?
And now, here's your dive guide for Scuba Radio, Greg the Dive Master.
And welcome. This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. CJ and Bubble Boy are in the studio with me. How you doing, boys? What's going on,
Greg?
All right.
Doing fantastic.
Good job, Mark Johnson.
Caffeinated and ready to rock.
Are you?
Yeah, dude. I got a new Starbucks deal. I'm trying.
What kind of Starbucks deal are we talking about?
I think
it's supposed to be like buy one, get one. Where's mine?
I almost swore. I'm way past the ass-kissing part of our
Really?
job.
I thought that
Maybe the first couple of years I would have brought you one.
that wasn't ever supposed to end.
You know what? It didn't even enter my mind to get you one.
So
That's wrong, and I'll hit you next time.
All right. Yeah, you better.
It's a honey
Dude,
flat,
we're going to Fiji. I'm taking you to Fiji.
Honey
with
flat,
Jerry the Diver guy.
On a Macavisi.
Honey flat.
Honey
white,
flat.
Honey flat white almond something.
Is there any coffee in it?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Sure?
It's mostly coffee.
It sounds like a great coffee.
Yeah.
It's not a lot of sugar like your sugar bombs.
I don't know. That sounds like a fruffuccino if you ask me.
Says the guy who has nothing but whipped cream.
No, that is not true.
Yes, it is, Mr. Whipped Cream
It's
guy.
lightly frothed.
That is right. It's frothed cream.
Hey,
That's even worse.
this was recommended to me by a very beautiful woman.
Ah, you fell for that old chestnut.
I'm trying it out.
This was stolen from Greg's bar.
Oh, yeah, Bubble Boy stole from my bourbon stash.
Nice presentation, by the way. I walked
like
in,
it?
I went, wow, he's not messing around
Heck
today.
no. Yeah, we're going to
He's
have a
got
little
3 fine bourbons on display with the little fancy glasses.
Can you tell which one this is, CJ?
What?
Smell it. Stick it in your nose and smell
that's
it.
the 1792.
Is it?
It's the old Robert Forrester.
Well, who's making a bunch of racket? What is that? I hear a bunch of rumbling going on.
That's probably Barry's wheelchair.
For a second, I thought it was Bubble Boy swirling the whiskey around in his glass. But you know what? I think it's the Gomez Hilton refrigerator. Because we are connected with Captain
moving
Walt.
in the background.
Yeah, I was like, what's going on? That's okay. Yeah, Captain Walt's with us today.
You know, his ice maker has to work overtime.
That's right. That's what it was. It's the ice maker.
It's got to be constantly making ice.
Yeah.
And his washing machine is a Marital Aid.
And I'm not used to the noise because we haven't had Captain Walt on the show recently, and there's a big reason why we have him on the Scuba Radio happy hour evidently today, because he has he has some new messages, secret messages that have been planted at the Gomez Hilton. We're going to find out what that is all about a little bit later on, and as Bubble Boy tries out the bourbon. Well, you got the Old Forester or
the Old Forester.
The Old
really
Forester.
Good.
You got Old Forester 1792.
Smells like sawdust and ass.
And Rare Bird.
No, it's good.
Rare. That's a wild turkey bourbon. So we're going to have a whiskey tasting after we finish. Well, you guys can start now. I got to wait, and one of us has to stay sober.
I'll wait. No, I'm drinking coffee,
I'll
man.
sober, Greg.
Yeah, right.
I'm a professional.
Spiked with Rare Bird whiskey.
Oh, you know what? I should put some rum in this.
Yes, you look.
Now that you mention it,
do a Walt D. Martini.
There you go.
It's not a bad idea.
That's what he would do. Do as the pros
little
do.
nipple, do you?
Yes. Well, okay. Before we get into all that stuff with Walt and partake in our Scuba Radio Happy Hour whiskey tasting at some point, we have a special guest to help kick off the show today. Giovanna is with us. Gio, how are you? What's going on with you?
Great.
She looks great. We can see her on YouTube, Facebook Live, and Twitch.
Sweet hat.
Yes. She is sporting some new Scuba Radio gear. Best Scuba Radio model we have today, for sure. By far. Yes. You're looking good, Gio. Where are you at these days? What have you been up to?
Oh man, I've been all over this summer.
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to my dive next week. I'm down in Jupiter with Salty Divers. I'll be diving with the Sharkies, so looking forward to doing that.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Now, just to refresh everyone's memory, Gio, we met at the Force Blue events last year. You're with which arm of the armed sword? You're going to school now, but you were in the which armed forces? Army. There you go.
Army. Mm-hmm.
Right. I got to make sure I get that right because she'll come down here and she'll shoot me or something. I don't know. She's hardcore. I mean, when we went diving with her at Lauderdale by the Sea,
Well, me and Barry went diving with her.
Yeah, that's true. And Barry was at the car loading up his gear and made some comment like, gosh, my back's really bothering me. I don't know if I can carry this crap over to the beach. And
Not embarrassing at all.
No. And then Gio goes, no problem. Here, give it to me. Straps it on her back and carries Barry's gear all the way to the beach from the parking lot.
She had my gear on. She carried me over her shoulder. And she's only about, 5 foot, 4 foot something.
But it's all muscle. Evidently.
That's right.
Yeah.
Obviously, she is a android or something.
Right.
She even carried his shoes and glasses.
Yeah.
So he had them.
I think she was carrying Barry's dignity as well.
Yes, she was. After that,
She may still have that in her BC. Check your BC. I think Barry's dignity's in one of the pockets.
That's it. But
mail it back to him.
We really appreciate the fact that you stepped up and did that, Gio, because, well, it gives us plenty of fodder to bust his balls from here to eternity. The
next time I dove with her, she kept asking, because I said, I'm wearing my gear. She said, are you sure? Are you sure? I said, I am wearing my gear. I never want to hear
Sissy
about
boy.
this again.
I was on for like an hour.
Yeah, well, but Barry made up for it because he finally got some Scuba Radio swag out to Gio last week, and she sent us some pictures of her sporting all the new gear. It looks like it fit well, and you modeled it great, and you look like you're happy. And you're even wearing some of it today. You like everything you got there, Gio?
I sure do. Thank you guys so much. I'll be wearing the hat again tomorrow on Tuesday when I go dive with the Sharkies.
Yeah. So on Tuesday you're going down to Jupiter. Is that where you said?
Yep, down in Jupiter. I'm also in training for the assistant scientific diver for Force Blue, so I'm pretty excited about that.
Oh, excellent. Now, what kind of sharks is this? Is this like the lemon shark thing, or what's going on off of Jupiter? What sharks thing are you doing?
They have hammerheads, tiger sharks, and lemon sharks was what I was able to see last time. So I'm hoping to see more of that. And we get to feed them and be really close and in person with them. It's a lot of fun.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, I got to do that, Greg.
Yeah, there's a certain time of year where they actually they congregate and like spawn. They have the grouper thing, and then I was thinking there was another time where they have I think it's lemon sharks. Is that what it is?
Yeah, I think it's in January or so.
Yeah, but you're just going for a typical type shark dive that they have there in Jupiter. Is that what you're going for? Sounds like.
Yeah,
maybe?
we do. We go out and do three dives in one day, so it's a lot of fun. Got a lot of interaction with the sharks.
Yeah, and it sounds like you've done that before. So this is something you're like repeating, I assume, or what?
Yeah, I've done it before. It's a lot of fun. The lemon sharks are like little 2-year-olds. They come nag you, and then you kind of push them away. They just keep coming back for more and more food.
Right.
Funny.
But they look at her and they go, "Oh, that's Gio. She's the one who carried Barry's gear. Don't mess with her." They know you by reputation for sure, but that's good stuff. It's good. And you've been diving a lot, I assume, haven't you? Or you've been going to school back again, or what are you doing lately? Other than that,
I've been diving a lot. I just like to keep up with a lot of diving in the area, and I will be headed back to school though next week. I'll be over to University of Virginia. I'll be studying systems engineering with a focus in robotics and cyber.
Oh yeah, so she's doing nothing but pretty much saving the world.
Lazy
protecting
girl.
all the sissy boys. There's probably more than Barry is my guess. But Gio, good checking up with you. Thank you so much for being on Scuba Radio, all your service, and enjoy that shark dive for sure. All right. We got more coming up on the world's first radio show devoted to diving, including secret messages at the Gomez Hilton next.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Bula! You'll hear that a lot when you visit Fiji. It's more than a greeting. It's the spirit of this friendly country. With 333 islands, white sand beaches, and year-round tropical warmth, it's hard not to feel happy at this exceptional dive destination known as the soft coral capital of the world. Fiji Airways has a modern fleet of aircraft to take you to Fiji in style and at great prices. Contact your travel agent now or go to FijiAirways.com and plan your Fijian dive adventure. That's FijiAirways.com.
Come as a guest, leave as a friend. It's a philosophy that comes from the top down at Explorer Ventures liveaboards. It doesn't matter if you're traveling solo, with a buddy, or group. Explorer Ventures does the liveaboard dive experience right. For proof, know Explorer Ventures has one of the best repeat customer stats in the dive industry. They're also the official liveaboard company of Scuba Radio. You've likely heard us talk about Explorer Ventures Scuba Radio scuba cruise trips many times, and we invite you to join us on the next one. However, whether we're on board with you or not, I'll bet an Explorer Ventures liveaboard trip will be one of the best dive experiences you've ever had. It just doesn't get any better. Saba St. Kitts, Turks and Caicos, the Galapagos, Maldives, Indonesia, humpback whales, and the Silver Banks, new destinations and itineraries are being added all the time. Call one of their talented travel consultants to find the Explorer Ventures liveaboard experience that's just right for you. 1-800-322-3577. That's 1-800-322-3577. Or visit explorerventures.com. That's explorerventures.com.
Hi, Larry. Florida spiny lobster season is open and the divers are coming for us.
Fear not, my quaking crustacean. We're way too fast for those bubble-blowing morons.
But they have the equalizer.
The equalizer?
The equalizer is a lightweight lobster snare with a one-handed band-powered trigger that grabs lobsters fast. Get your equalizer now at Florida dive retailers and at lobstersnare.net.
Larry, duck in. I can see your antenna.
Yikes.
The equalizer lobster snare at lobstersnare.net.
Prepare to rig for dive! Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Immerse yourself in a whole new world when you go deep sea diving.
Oh, I've got the perfect outfit. This is great!
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master, CJ, and Bubble Boy.
Scuttle Boy.
Yeah, just
Scuttle
the fumes from the Old Forester are getting me going. And almost had a, little...
nice excuse.
Yeah. Well, anyway, Scuba Radio happy hour in full effect in the studio here. And probably the rest of the crew are partaking virtually as part of the Scuba Radio Scuba Squad, made up right now of Barry the Bugger, Vinny Two Tanks, Jerry the Diver Guy, Captain Walt DeMartini, Mermaid Rachel, Casey the Tobacco Nut is with us as well. And now I still see Gio, so she might be hanging with us for a little bit longer. Is that right, Gio, or you got to blow? You got to take off?
Yep, just a little bit, and then I'm going to head out.
Okay, well, there's people, if you got to go slap some gear for some other out of shape divers, feel free to break away when you need to. But that's
still the lobster winner. That's all that matters.
I don't know what I don't know what he's talking about. Do you guys know? No. I have no idea. All right, so I mentioned this at the top of the show. Captain Walt DeMartini has not been on Scuba Radio recently, but he is with us today, connected live from the Gomez Hilton in South Florida. And he alerted me to a new sign or message, hidden message that has now been posted at the Gomez Hilton. Is that right, Walt? What's going on exactly?
That's correct, Greg. I'm sad to say the other night, Julio and Mr. Gomez had threatened me to put a new sign in the Hilton bar.
Got it. Okay. Oh, and by the way, Walt, see if you can change your mic to your USB thing on Zoom there. I think we got his laptop audio going.
We call that clipping.
Yeah, he's just a little bit distorted. Yeah, just go in there and switch that over to the Blue Yeti on Zoom. On Zoom.
Little hot.
Walt.
Now you've done it, Greg.
Yeah, he'll figure it out at some point. But, he mentions Julio and Gomez, which are Captain Walt's alter egos, and usually they appear, after a rum and coke or two there at the Tiki Bar at the Gomez Hilton. First up to be seen is Gomez, who is the manager and proprietor of the Gomez Hilton there in South Florida that works for Walt.
Fine, dapper young gentleman.
Yes. It's weird. You never see Walt and him together. They're always doing different things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then
looks like Walt. Kind of acts like Walt. A little bit.
After a few more rum and cokes, Julio has a tendency to appear.
It's rarer, but I've seen him just once, maybe.
Right. And he'll pop out and he'll start a conversation with anyone. He's very social.
And weirdly enough, Walt never remembers any interaction with Julio.
I know. It's odd.
You remember Julio last night? Nope.
I didn't see him. I didn't see him. And but sure enough, he shows up. So this new secret message that you can find at the Gomez Hilton.
Is this like a promo code or
no?
What kind of message
it's
are we
like a
talking
hidden
about?
It's like an escape room kind of thing. You have
Like
to
a puzzle?
go. Like you got to go to the Tiki Bar at the Gomez Hilton and ask around or find some clues to find out what the secret message is. And I happen to know because Walt gave me an insider's tip on how to find the secret message at the Tiki Bar at the Gomez Hilton. In the first tip, let's see if we got Walt. Talk to me now. Do we got you?
I think so.
There we go. That's better. Yeah.
I'll tell you what happened. Mr. Gomez and Julio had threatened me that they were going to put a new sign in the Hilton.
A new sign. Okay.
Yeah. And the other night I went to sleep outside. I possibly might have been overserved. I doubt it. But
what are the
possible.
odds?
It happened.
Yeah.
No.
And I woke up and there was a sign on my posterior. And it said, "Party time."
Party time on your buttocks.
Now, is this a tattoo?
Oh my gosh.
Or a prank? Somebody wrote it?
Julio or Gomez tattooed Captain Walt DeMartini's buttocks with the phrase "party time."
Yes.
How about
That's
that?
so appropriate.
Now, see, we gave away the secret. I thought you would have to go to the Tiki Bar and find Julio or Gomez and see if you could, buy them a drink, and they would tell you where the sign is.
So at least we always know what time it is.
No, Greg, you got to find the other sign and go match it up.
The other sign of what,
Yeah,
That's
Jerry?
true.
You have to find one sign that's hidden amongst the Gomez Hilton, and then you have to match it up to the other sign.
That's not what I heard.
What did you hear,
heard that
Casey?
Not if you're
I
a
heard
dude.
that if you put Jerry's butt cheeks next to Walt's, you get a message.
Tardy. So
yeah, it says "run away."
No, so if you
Remember
put
to
them,
drink your Ovaltine.
if they stand back to back, Captain Walt says "party time," and then on Jerry's it says "is here."
Enter here, yeah.
Oh,
no enter.
Wow!
Abandon hope, all you who enter.
Now that was too much, Casey. You went over a line.
Only.
Sorry. We
Sorry.
apologize.
Sorry.
My God.
Pull it back, way back.
See, this is the thing. Divers get together and they do this nutty stuff when they're not diving. This is why we should be in the water more often. I think we're proving the point that our surface interval has been way too long.
Poor choice of words. Nutty with the subject matter.
Okay, all right, sorry.
It's a bit
Sorry
nutty.
about that. Okay, so but now you know Walt has a tattoo on his butt. And
Actually, Greg,
yeah.
What really happened was I decided to get a tattoo, and I walked in the tattoo parlor, and the guy said to me, "How old are you?" And I said, "I'm 80 years old."
Wow. Yeah.
He goes, "And you want a tattoo?" And I go, "Yeah, I've never had one before." So after a whole bunch of paperwork,
Yeah, and a lot of booze. Yeah.
he
And an
he
AARP
tattooed
discount.
me. I tried to blame it on Julio and Gomez, but it was really me that did it.
Wow. Well, I'm impressed. That is you had never had a tattoo before.
Never.
And and if you're gonna do one, I guess that is. And you did narrow it down to two options, right? It was party time, or what was the other idea?
Exit only.
All right. Okay. I think you picked well.
I think like the dive god told me, Walt should get one that's got Elmer Fudd with with his rifle aimed at there, saying, "I know you're in there, Webbit."
Oh yes,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
that would have been a good one too. But
Well, Greg, didn't CJ get his first tattoo earlier this year as well?
that's right, on our Virgin Voyage cruise ship, and yeah,
It wasn't on my butt though. I wasn't that adventurous.
Yeah, well, and I don't think you have to disrobe at all to show it off to anyone.
It's on
do
his
you?
shoulder.
No, it's right here.
So it's a
Says
picture
it
of his butt.
raises yeah, that's right. There you go. Okay, that's good. He got a little diver, skull diver guy, right?
It's not a skull.
It's not a skull.
It's
It's
a
just
logo,
a diver.
Craig.
It's a logo.
It's my business logo.
Business. There you go. I don't know. Yeah, you might want to follow in Captain Walt's spin kicks there and get a tattoo on your buttocks.
You just want to see my butt.
No, that's
Not happening.
I just threw up a little in my mouth. More coming up.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
Power, simplicity, reliability. It's what you demand of your dive computer. And Shearwater delivers. Shearwater evolved out of one tech diver's need for a reliable, easy-to-use rebreather dive computer and quickly became the tech market leader. Now recreational divers have taken notice. The Shearwater Peregrine is a simple, full-color, multi-gas dive computer. It's also the most economical Shearwater dive computer released to date. Check it out and the entire line at shearwater.com. Shearwater, dive computers for demanding divers.
Do you have a message or a product that you'd like to share with the diving world? Well, look no further than Scuba Radio. Just like you, thousands of diving enthusiasts are hearing this message, and we could be talking about you and your product or service as early as next Saturday. Remember, a terrible thing happens when you don't advertise. Nothing. Go to ScubaRadio.com, send us an email, and let's get to work to make your marketing message matter.
Prepare to rig for dive.
Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Snorkel shot. Snorkel shot. Snorkel shot.
Never spend the weekend in the deep end. The water's fine, y'all, so just come on in to the deep end.
Guys, I'm bringing the party to you.
Of a dive bar. Of this dive bar. Talking about a dive bar.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master CJ and Bubble Boy in the studio. Scuba Radio, Scuba Squad connected via the web. Barry the Bugger, Vinny Two Tanks, Jerry the Diver Guy, Mermaid Rachel, Casey the Tobacco Nut, Captain Walt DiMartini with his butt cheeks tattooed with party time now. Now you know the proper way to represent when you're topside as a diver. You can follow a diving legend like Captain Walt and do that if you so choose. I mean, if you want to be like the big dogs, you got to act like them.
What are you getting, Greg?
Excuse me?
What are you getting?
Well, when I get 80, I'm going to have a tattoo of something on my butt in honor of Captain Walt. But that's a whole nother story. And we got many, many years to go still, at least a couple, before we have to start zeroing in on
Lame,
what I
do
will
it now.
No, we got dive news and information to cover. Sebastian is with us from Dixie Divers right now. Sebastian, how you doing? And welcome to Scuba Radio. How are you, buddy? What's going on?
I'm doing good. So it's a busy day here. It's Saturday. The weather's good. So we're here. We're thriving.
Good. And just to get this out of the way, you don't have anything tattooed on your butt cheeks, right?
No tattoos on my butt cheeks.
Okay. All right. Just wanted to get that out of the way.
Yeah,
we'll just move on.
for sure.
That's not usually the first question I have for a guest of Scuba Radio, but you happen to come in at a very unique time in the evolution of our goofy little show.
You're lucky I have a sense of humor.
Well, you better. Otherwise, you don't want to be here for sure. All right. So, look, Sebastian, you work with Dixie Divers, and we were hanging with you guys, and and your team there at Bugfest by the Sea a couple weeks ago and snagging some lobsters.
Yep, great event.
Yeah, but you have an event coming up in Pompano Beach at the Pompano Beach Pier that people can participate in. Is that right? Happening soon?
Yeah. So we like to situate ourselves around just great events in general. So yeah, this is the follow-up to our world record Deerfield Beach Pier cleanup. That was 2019. We just recently did another one post-COVID, and now we're just kind of taking that momentum and all of this cleaning efforts just south of us on Pompano Beach Pier. So we're teaming up with the city of Pompano Beach. They were kind enough to let us come in there and help them clean the pier. But yeah, last event we had 451 participants.
Wow.
I know we talked about this, but 610 pounds of trash. Of that, 800 hooks and around 570 or so weights.
Amazing. Now, 2019, that was the world record, and then you did it last year too.
No,
or what?
So,
or was it?
No, so 2019 was the world record, and then we tried 2020, didn't happen, COVID.
Yeah.
2021, the city kind of toyed with it a little bit, didn't happen. 22. We made it happen with the 451. So really good. We're very pleased with the outcome, not just from a participant standpoint, from just a trash standpoint.
Sure.
So yeah, we're just riding the wave, no pun intended, but going to do the same, hopefully just as awesome of an event, if not even better, at Pompano Beach. So
there
we're
you go.
looking forward to it.
Well, the one, yeah. Well, I was going to say, just so we're clear, it's obviously a pier cleanup, and you can participate, but you're not necessarily going for a world record. But you never know; you might get it, being when you're talking about that many divers. Is that right?
And so we're not going for a world record. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't know this, but now the Scuba Radio listeners will. But in order to be a world record event, you actually have to get Guinness out ahead of time. So you kind of have to pre-plan, something big like that.
Right.
So yeah, not to say it's not going to happen again, but for this one, just looking to kind of do another fun pier cleanup event. Just south of us. South Florida is a very tight niche dive community. So, we got a lot of divers up and down this coast that flock to these type of
well,
things.
And you'll do a lot of good cleaning up the area there by the pier, and it will be a crap load of divers, and it'll be a fun social event at the bare minimum. It sounds like to me. So the date 100%. Of that Pompano Pier cleanup is when? What's the date again?
Pompano Pier cleanup. So it's actually easy to remember. It's going to be Labor Day weekend, September 3rd. That's Saturday.
Yeah.
And so it's if any of anyone listening or any of you guys were part of the Deerfield one, your check-ins will start at 7:30. Kind of the first round of divers at 8. Dives tend to end around noon. So it's kind of just like waves of divers. The busier wave is in the morning, and it kind of loses, the amount of divers on each wave as you get later on in the day.
Right.
Then we do a raffle towards the end of the day. You gotta be there to win. So that's there's a catch there.
Right.
But yeah, it's it's a super fun event. You kind of do your own dive, with whatever friends you got with you.
Or make a few new ones right there at the event, maybe, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, there's tons of divers, and since we have our own boat, we always have new students. We always have people skeptical about going alone and all that. But you do meet a lot of people on the boat. We pair you up, and so it'll be the same at the event. You meet a lot of people, go in groups, and you really can kind of get more than just that feel good cleanup feeling.
Sure. And they can just go to DixieDivers.com, your website, for information on how to register.
It's super easy. Yeah, it's super easy. So if you go to dxdivers.com,
got it.
And then you'll look under events, you'll see Pompano Pier Cleanup. There should be a little slider too. You can click straight to it. I'm sure if you typed it in Google DX Divers, Pompano Beach Pier Cleanup will come up too. So we try and do a good job of making it easy for you to find that page. But yeah, it'll kind of give you a little bit more detailed rundown. There'll be a map on there, kind of show everyone. We got some free parking, first come, first serve. It'll kind of show people where to drop off their gear, where the check-in is, where the dive, where you should walk to start your dive, and so on and so forth. But then right there, you'll see a button where you can go and book. And there's a few options this time. So before we charge $15, and you get the shirt, you get the goodie bag with the shears and all that stuff. So you have an option there now. If you don't want anything, it can be 100% free to you if you want. If you want the bag, if you want the shirt, it's just covering the cost of the items.
Sure. Well, that makes sense.
And yeah, you just select your activity. It's open to scuba divers, free divers, snorkelers. If you want to beach clean, if you want to clean topside, help out on the pier, pulling up the trash, whatever in whatever capacity anyone wants to help out, we are we're looking for help. So
well, there you go, dxdivers.com. Sebastian, thank you so much. I think it's good work you're doing. I mean, we got to hang with them a little bit at Bugfest, and they're continuing to carry the torch to protect the underwater world and do a little bit more good. That's always good stuff, and we're behind it. 4 of our crew are going to be in Fiji during that time, but the other losers, like Barry and Casey, and they might want to go participate in that.
They should.
Yeah, they'll accept all types of people, winners and losers. So we got more coming up. Stay close.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Prepare to rig for dive!
Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
A professional mermaid says unwanted advances from merverts is the worst part of the job. Just like that, you've been made aware of a new profession and its very serious problems, and the word mervert.
Hey now.
Get my flippers on and go scuba diving.
Hey now.
Watch me get my goggles on and go scuba diving.
Hey now.
Scuba diving.
Hey now.
Watch me scuba diving.
Hey now.
East Coast. Watch me scuba diving.
Hey now.
West Coast. Watch me scuba diving.
Hey now.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. We're going to head to the West Coast here pretty soon. Literally 2 weeks. We're heading out to L.A. We'll hang out there for a day, and then it's off to Fiji for 2 full weeks. For myself, CJ, Jerry the Diver Guy, Mermaid Kristen, and the rest of the Scuba Radio Scuba Squad will stay home and be the losers. That we can tell to suck it when we're in Fiji, yes. Casey has a very puzzled look on his face.
You need to play
right
that
now.
Tom Petty song for him.
Which one?
Even the losers get lucky sometimes.
Oh, you didn't make them feel a little bit better about themselves? The
No,
fact
make
that
it
they never won?
change the lyrics.
I don't
make it
like
worse.
the way this was addressed.
What do you mean? Go ahead, voice your concern.
We brought up the cruise.
Right?
I signed up for the cruise.
Yeah, that's in October, correct? Yeah.
I'm signed up for DEMA.
Yes.
And then
Nobody
you
cares.
said, "Oh, hey, we're going to Fiji."
Right?
Yeah.
Well, not unlike you, multimillionaire owner of the biggest scuba radio show on the air.
Right.
We aren't made of gold.
Greg's a thousandaire.
We have limited
He's a
income.
thousandaire.
Yes, I am.
And the crime
Easily.
begins.
Well, no, look at it this way.
I mean,
you're
if
looking
I
at
could drag-
you're
if I
looking
could
at
drag
it.
half your toys out of the warehouse and sell them, we could all go.
No, why bother with that?
Socialism.
Yeah, you got to look at the cup is half full kind of thing, Casey, because when you were on the Virgin boat with us, with Neil Watson, with Cap Multi Martini, we have Stuart Cove, I believe, is going to be on the boat, and a bunch of the folks from the show and the dive industry. We, including you, will be able to tell all your other friends to suck it, loser. But when we go to Fiji,
But not on the Fiji level.
Not on the Fiji level. Yeah, sorry. You know,
Well,
not
maybe
everybody.
next year.
Yeah, exactly. There's always next time. Correct.
And we
I'm
will be
just looking
obnoxious.
forward to get back into diving. This will be my after the foot surgery diving experience.
Yeah, see, you couldn't have gone to Fiji anyway because your foot's still healing, right?
It's getting better.
Oh,
It'll be ready.
Yeah, but it won't be ready in time for
Kicking
Fiji.
too much ass, huh?
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Well,
See,
all I have to do is swim up and hold on to your tank while you use your little scuba jet.
Yes. Yeah, as long as it gives you something to do, something to occupy your time while we're away in Fiji.
I would, but you're not mermaidy enough.
True. Well, yeah, exactly.
Also, I'm going to be so obnoxious about Fiji. I'm going to find a way to work it into every conversation as soon as we get back.
But maybe I'd show you the tattoo on my butt.
No, hey, no, don't do that.
WTN.
do that. Yeah, no, but that's what we do. When we travel, we're able to tell all our friends to suck it, loser, because we're in Fiji and you're not. That's part of the charm, part of the appeal of going on a great adventure like this.
All right, you just gave me a good idea.
What's that?
Posting on social media and hashtag SIL.
You could do that and make Casey feel even worse about himself. That's fine. Yeah, because that's what we do, Casey. Our role here.
He knows this.
Is to tear you down, and then we'll build them back up. No,
not my job.
Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's like after CJ crushes the beer can, then he's going to reconstruct it. No, it doesn't happen.
All right. Well, you know.
Well, you'll just be minus a few screws.
Maybe. There's no
I've been
screws in
that way
beer
all my
cans,
life.
are there?
That's how I ended up here.
True. That's how he became a member of the Scuba Radio Scuba Squad.
Yep.
I think it's a prerequisite.
Screwy squad.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah. Don't feel too bad. Just a little.
Well, where did Rachel decide to bail, huh?
Well, yeah, she was. I was planning to talk to her. She had to take off and go back to work.
She's doing free diving up at some lakes.
Of course she is.
Lake Titicaca.
She's letting all this diving get in the way of a radio show.
Mm-hmm.
Going to be lake very cold, that's for sure.
Yeah, and I meant to get to her sooner, but obviously we had a few people we had to talk to, so I apologize to Mermaid Rachel.
She will see us next week.
Yes, she will. But you know, I did say we're heading out to the West Coast for a day before we go out to Fiji. We have a day we're going to kill, or hopefully not be killed when we're in L.A.
I'm not going down without a fight.
Last time I was there, I was threatened with, the time before last, I was threatened with murder. So,
well, I mean,
this time I'm bringing an entourage with me.
You do have a very murdery face.
Thank you. But I figured if I brought more people with me, I'd increase my odds of survival.
Or at least
great,
you
I
can
have to
back
protect
up
you.
into the mob.
Yeah, so we got 4 of us, and I'll have a 1 in 4 chance of surviving and being able to travel.
Great, you hear
all the
that,
way to
Jerry?
Fiji.
We gotta save Greg.
That's be my human
As long as we can
bodyguards.
outrun him, it'll be all right.
Human bodyguards. Yeah, no, but we may do some Hollywood stuff and go hang with the stars.
Oh,
What?
the 3 of you are going to go down and look at the stars on the walkway, huh?
Yeah, on the Walk of Fame, we could do that.
Greg,
I sense jealousy again.
We
Greg.
could go. We can get
the 3
tickets.
of you holding hands walking down there. It's going to be fabulous.
Barry,
Greg,
Leave your fantasies out of this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Not
Greg,
that there's
we tried
anything
this
wrong with
once.
that.
Look, Barry, it's Jason Momoa's star.
All quiet. Okay.
God.
Casey, what?
Stop it. He's gonna slide off
tried
his
this
seat.
once, Greg. And
Yeah.
You wouldn't go see the psychologist, but you don't have a star.
Well, I know this, but there's always tomorrow.
Well, you've accepted it very well. You've really matured over this.
Well, I'm gonna go, and who knows? We have a tentative plan, maybe to go to America's Got Talent. Is going to be filming while we're out there.
Look how excited I am.
Yeah, and we're going out to who knows? Stand up there on stage in front of Simon Cowell and say, hey, what are you going to do for us tonight? And hey, I'm a scuba diver. which is
have-
kind of a
have-
Oh, you're going to
talent.
perform.
Well,
Have
I
Vinny
mean,
take the pumpkin.
You should bring your little stupid ukulele and see how long it takes him to just eviscerate.
dive.
first of all, it's an ukulele, and secondly,
The pugalele.
I don't want to travel with it. I don't want to mess it up. It's
It's
a
small and
expensive
light. It'd be easy.
musical instrument. Yeah, no, I'm not going to dress as a scuba diver and play my ukulele in front of
That would
Simon
be
Cowell
hilarious.
and all those folks.
Not to
But-
mention great publicity.
No, I thought maybe Jared the diver guy or you would have a talent you'd be willing to share with the world. My talent is scuba diving. That's a talent. It's a skill. They can't do it, and I don't think I'd get X'd out. Barry, what do you think?
And I think scuba diving is your thing. I noticed that when we went lobster diving.
Yeah.
You were just zenned out. I had just never noticed it before. You were just floating there with the rest of the fish, and it looked like you were in your happy place.
I am in my happy place when I'm scuba diving. Yeah, Barry noticed that when we were lobster diving down there at Lauderdale by the Sea. He told me before the show today, he goes, I was just watching you gently just being caressed in the ocean waters.
He was
floating
behind you, wasn't he, Greg?
effortlessly.
Greg was catatonic.
Yeah, he was watching you all right.
The current
was
was
behind
ripping
you,
for
wasn't he?
that, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, I try to say a nice thing, and look what happens.
Well, no,
You always talk about scuba diving and your love of it.
Yeah.
And it just occurred to me when I was
That's all just
watching you
crap for the show.
No, I don't think so.
See,
I
he
don't
saw
think
it.
so.
No,
Because
and
I saw
it
it.
is.
Yeah.
It is my happy place. When I go down diving, I'll just drift off and let the water take you, and you just kind of
Swim away from your buddy.
a very much of a
watching you from
Zen kind of
behind.
thing.
Flip
No,
Greg on
that's
his
Jerry
belly.
does.
Behind is Barry's happy place.
Yeah.
Jerry will swim away.
But, okay, see, Jerry and Barry are going at it again and dreaming of each other, and that's why I have to go to my happy place so I can get those images out of my mind and yours. And I apologize in advance for that. Or too late now, I guess. All right, look, hour 2 on deck. We're going to check in with Paradise. It's a place in Fiji. Hopefully next. Stay close to the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
On the floor or down below, if you want to stay in the know. If you be pressurized there, you'll want to be there on Scuba Radio. Let's go! Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio is a production of Overboard Entertainment Incorporated.
Scuba Radio.
This seems the logical place for fish to congregate.
Remember, you can listen live or to archives of past editions of Scuba Radio worldwide over the internet at ScubaRadio.com.
So we're in international waters? Indeed so.
Tell a friend and buddy up with your radio every week for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Well, it's all very nice here, but we should be going. I miss me wife and me oxygen.
Yes, we all miss our loved ones and gases. Let's go.
The opinions you just heard on Scuba Radio are those of the hosts, callers, and guests.
Okay, what I just heard? Blah, 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 blah.
They are not necessarily those of any station or network, its management, or advertisers.
Come on, quit yanking me.
Scuba diving does involve risk and should never be conducted without proper instruction and training.
Oh, what's the worst thing that could happen?
I could die.
Have any questions or comments? Feel free to do so via the web at ScubaRadio.com.
Oh, hello there. Don't be alarmed. We're just preparing your listening device for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving. We do this, of course, by filling your radio with water. Don't worry, we're professionals. Thanks to me, you won't even get wet. You see, I've crammed every appendage of my body into the cracks and crevices of your radio, ensuring an airtight seal. By the way, don't touch your on-off knob. That's a very sensitive area. Anyway, I should remind you, we believe in the buddy system just like diving, so don't listen alone. Call your buddy and tell them that Scuba Radio is about to begin.
We're gonna start a new life under the sea.
So, am I gonna drown?
Of course not. Just stay calm and let the gentle currents relax your every muscle.
Under the sea, under the sea.
Did it just get warmer?
There'll be no accusations, just friendly crustaceans under the sea.
Where the hell are the sharks?
And now, here's your dive guide for Scuba Radio, Greg the Dive Master.
And welcome to hour 2 of the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master, CJ and Bubble Boy in the studio with me, and they've been enjoying Scuba Radio Happy Hour.
No. I had coffee.
Coffee.
There was no
with
rum in it.
Rum or
Sadly,
whiskey.
no rum yet.
I had 1792.
Okay, so Bubble Boy has had the whiskey,
Yep.
and you're supposed to put them together.
That's bourbon, right?
Bourbon.
Well, bourbon whiskey, yeah.
Bourbon.
Bourbon is bourbon.
He may be slurring soon.
You think? Well, that would
The hell
mean
is
that
say?
he'd be socially lubricated for hour 2
Ski.
of the big show. Yeah. So feel free to partake if you're not diving. You might be drinking.
Vinny, what's up?
Vinny Two Tanks is with us as part of the Scuba Radio Scuba Squad too.
Can I tell Vinny something? This is kind of just a personal message. but
Sure,
it's
why not?
Scuba related, and it's kind of cool.
Okay, go.
So I'm reading this Clive Cussler novel, and they mention spare air in it.
Oh, how about
a couple
that?
of the crew, they have to rescue some people, and they have to go on a dive, and they did their research, and they mentioned spare air and describe what it is. I thought that's pretty cool.
Yeah, well, that happens in a Clive Cussler novel, huh? Do you remember which one it is? What title?
I think it's called Final Option. It's got a submarine on the front.
Okay. Vinny, did you know that, or is this news to you?
Actually, no. The surprising thing is everywhere I go, and I tell people that I worked for Submersible Systems Spare, no one knows what it is. Even though we're in all the dive magazines, it's not something people think about, divers think about.
Well, the authors did.
Yeah, Clive Cussler evidently knew what it was, so somebody knows. You're just not talking to the right people.
Yeah, he's a
Vinny.
great author.
Well, I'm going on dive vacation. I'm going with divers that have been diving for years.
And then you say, "Yeah, I used to work for Spare Air," and they go,
and
"What?"
they don't even know. Yeah, nobody knows what it is.
That's fine. We get the same reaction with Scuba Radio.
No.
Yeah.
And then they go, "Wait a minute."
Don't say that.
Are you
Yeah.
Vinny from Scuba Radio?
Yeah,
The guy with the
exactly.
pumpkin?
Greg just proved that for me.
The pumpkin guy.
I
Yeah.
have one fan.
He has one fan. That's all he needs.
Oh, it's one more than me.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think when I see Vinny next, I'm going to catch him in a crowd and go, "Hey, is that Vinny from Spare Air? Look, over there."
No one will know what it is. So.
Yeah, but if you say it's Vinny Two Tanks, they're gonna. I mean,
don't
you're
know
gonna
that.
you're gonna start a stampede, and people probably be killed. So you don't want to
Be careful with that.
That's an
power.
excellent nickname for Vinny. Who came up with that, Craig?
Vinny Two Tanks.
That was CJ.
I don't think so.
Was it? I don't know if it was.
It was you, CJ.
It was?
He's giving you
was
credit.
I hammered? Because I don't
me.
remember that
It was
at all.
me.
You fired it off you fired it off at the beginning where you guys were discussing. You fired
Yeah,
it off
right. You fired it off
then
top
at
of your
the end. You asked
you
me which one
forget.
I liked.
bastard.
CJ forgets that he's the funny one.
I used to be quick.
You were very quick.
Yeah.
On that one.
And what happened?
Back in my prime.
You asked me which one I liked, and I picked that one. That's why I remember it was CJ's.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm pretty impressed with
You
myself.
son of a bitch.
I thought that was a good name. I had no idea I came up with
years
Yeah,
ago.
you're the one that came
Are
up
you
with
sure?
No, I
Positive.
remember this conversation years ago. Vinny came up to me and when he was relatively new to Scuba Radio and coming on the show, he goes, "I'm listening to you guys more often now. At first, I thought you're
Hold up.
But then
It was Bubble Boy.
well, hold on. But Vinny says he goes.
Maybe it was Bubble Boy. I don't know.
No.
It was.
Because Vinny sat there and he goes.
That's why he brought it up.
That show you do is actually
why I brought it up.
it's actually pretty good. That CJ guy is pretty funny.
I did do that.
Yeah, he did. He said that.
Oh,
now,
the shame.
Now he didn't say anything about me.
I slipped him a crisp $20 bill for that.
He said nothing about me, but he said, "Oh, that CJ guy's pretty funny." And I was like, "Okay."
I meant to say, and I said he was quick and funny.
Quick and funny, right?
That's what's important.
Yeah.
Check is in the mail, my
And,
friend.
he might have said slightly attractive too. I don't know, or that could have been.
I think it was
that might have been Jerry or Barry.
Devastatingly
I'm not sure.
handsome.
Cock Johnson in the house.
Well, he is curly.
Well, okay. He went from Curly to Cock Johnson. By the way, so
can we say that on the radio? I guess we can.
What, Curly?
Yeah.
Cock Johnson evolved the last Keys trip that we had. There, Benny.
Okay. I don't think it had anything to do with Walt's tattoo.
Just don't say the two real fast together. Don't.
Cock toasting.
What do you say? You calling him what, Johnson? What do you say? seriously, I thought I heard something I shouldn't be hearing.
No,
you did.
Moving on.
Perfect timing.
Oh, golly.
We
I
love
think
you,
Vinny's
Vinny.
the funny one.
I tell you what.
Timing. I was just stupid.
No.
Oh, God.
Oh, boy. I haven't had nothing to drink, and God knows I need one now.
Old Greg's about to have an aneurysm.
Yep.
He's old Greg.
Johnson to the rescue.
Okay, that's enough. Stop it.
Two laughs like that, we had a great show.
Oh,
It's not
great
over
show.
yet.
We better stop while we're ahead because it surely isn't going to get any better than
That was
this.
the best one in the past week.
Oh, boy. All right. Anyway.
Does a fun ever start?
Yeah, we do kind of wonder sometimes. But yeah, we are going to go out to the West Coast. And Vinny, will you join us, by the way, when we go out to California before we head to Fiji?
How close to you will we be in Los Angeles?
I mean, we're on the same coast. That's close enough for Vinny.
Well,
2 tanks.
You know, I just got so, since I retired, I got so, I used to have to fight intense traffic every day, and now it's
Right.
really hard for me to go.
Yeah,
go
but wait, you have the opportunity to hang with Cock Johnson for a day.
Well, we'll keep in touch, and you let me know, and when I get closer to it,
Okay, so he's not going to commit, is what he's saying.
Can you blame him?
No, I can't.
Well, I just,
Yeah.
If you tell him
remember,
Cock Johnson's
traffic
gonna be
is
there,
remember,
he'll show up.
he's the
I
funny
could come
one.
by for a couple hours. I don't think I
Okay.
could spend the whole day with you guys.
Well, would you go to America's Got Talent with us if we did that before we head out to Fiji?
Actually, I've never been to a TV show. That would be interesting.
See?
Yeah.
Vinny has
All
a
these
talent.
years I've lived here, I've been.
What
meaning
would
to
your
go,
talent
and
be,
just never
Vinny,
did.
other than scuba diving?
Sitting in the audience watching.
No, you could go up on stage and
No,
compete.
that's all right.
What if you took a pumpkin? What if you took Harry the
This
pumpkin?
isn't Let's Make a Deal, Greg. They don't pull
that
people from
Harry's
the audience.
long gone.
Harry's
Ronald,
berry.
Well, yeah, you just bring a glass of orange goo and say
make
this
one
was
next year."
this is my best friend.
Yeah.
He used to be
orange-
round and firm, but now he's a gooey mess.
Yeah, Harry was a pretty good friend. That's right.
Yeah.
Everybody liked him.
Yeah,
They
well,
liked him
I
better than they
mean,
liked me.
He knew when
We-
to keep his mouth shut.
That's how you got the goo.
okay. Yeah, well, we adopted Harry the pumpkin there for a while
He was our mascot.
Yeah, as sitting proudly behind Vinny Two
I think we
Tanks.
need to get Vinny
Wilted
another pumpkin
away.
this Halloween.
Yeah. Actually, it's almost that time of year. You could probably pick up a new Harry anytime now.
I'll just go back to the senior center and make another one.
There you go.
Okay. All right.
Please
so
do. Please do.
It's interesting that you could just, toss it out so lightly like that when they were so close. Like, I'll just go to the
He's
senior.
healing.
Yeah,
He's healing.
He was very popular. Everybody liked him.
Don't
Right.
play with his
But can it be
zucchinis.
replaced that quickly and that easily?
It's been a year,
We
Greg.
had an
Harry
emotional
Part 2.
connection to Harry, though.
I could probably come up with the same face painting again.
Greg, if you're
All right.
upset, we could find some counseling for you.
Too late for that. It's going to be more like therapy, like a shock therapy kind
Ooh, I
of
like
thing.
that idea. Can I
Oh,
run
shock
it?
therapy? Whoa. I think they quit doing that.
Vinny's
many
in.
years
Hold these
ago.
battery
Sounds like-
cables.
Yeah. More coming up. Stay close.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Power, simplicity, reliability. It's what you demand of your dive computer, and Shearwater delivers. Shearwater evolved out of one tech diver's need for a reliable, easy-to-use rebreather dive computer and quickly became the tech market leader. Now recreational divers have taken notice. The Shearwater Taric is the best, most intuitive, and reliable wristwatch-sized dive computer on the market. Check it out in the entire line at shearwater.com. Shearwater, dive computers for demanding divers.
Come as a guest, leave as a friend. It's a philosophy that comes from the top down at Explorer Ventures liveaboards. It doesn't matter if you're traveling solo with a buddy or group. Explorer Ventures does the liveaboard dive experience right. For proof, know Explorer Ventures has one of the best repeat customer stats in the dive industry. They're also the official liveaboard company of Scuba Radio. You've likely heard us talk about Explorer Ventures Scuba Radio scuba cruise trips many times, and we invite you to join us on the next one. However, whether we're on board with you or not, I'll bet an Explorer Ventures Adventures liveaboard trip will be one of the best dive experiences you've ever had. It just doesn't get any better. Saba St. Kitts, Turks and Caicos, the Galapagos, Maldives, Indonesia, humpback whales, and the Silver Banks, new destinations and itineraries are being added all the time. Call one of their talented travel consultants to find the Explore Adventures liveaboard experience that's just right for you. 1-800-322-3577. That's 1-800-322-3577. Or visit exploreadventures.com. That's exploreadventures.com.
Scuba action star Mike Scott is back in a new audiobook, Cayman Cowboys, Reefs Under Pressure. From author Eric Douglas comes the one that started it all. Listen as Mike deals with submarines, kidnapping, betrayal, and more.
He didn't even have fins or a mask to let him see in the water. He was going to be slow and blind. If it weren't for the float, he knew there would be no way he would ever make it to the surface.
Download Cayman Cowboys or Oil and Water, Return to Cayman, Turks and Chaos, and Lionfish at Amazon, booksbyeric.com, and audible.com.
Prepare to rig for dive!
Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
These people sound like they're yodeling underwater.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving underwater. I am Greg the Dive Master, CJ Bubble Boy in the studio with me. And then we got Barry the Bugger, Vinny Two Tanks, Jerry the Diver Guy, and Casey the Tobacco Nut making up the Scuba Radio Scuba Squad. And I got to ask, if we go out to L.A. or West Coast where Vinny Two Tanks resides for at least one day, we don't have enough time to actually sneak a dive in. But if we were, where would we go, Vinny? Where's your local diving? Do you do
Actually,
any?
you could actually easily do it. Remember when we took you to that park?
Was it Redondo, maybe?
At Catalina off the casino?
Well, yeah. I mean, if you didn't want to go all the way to Catalina, what couldn't you just go off like Redondo Beach or something?
There's plenty of beach dives. Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you ever do any of that?
An effort.
Well, it's an effort, yeah. But I mean, you've done it. You could do it again, couldn't you?
Well,
He's old.
He doesn't want to commit to that
retired.
either.
Well,
The water's
all my
a brisk
tanks are out of
62
hydro.
degrees,
I
Greg.
haven't dove in, since Butch passed. I don't dive California. I don't bother.
Well, I mean, but Catalina isn't going to be any warmer than the west coast of California, is it?
No, but it's possible that you came out the evening that morning. We could go. They have a boat that goes over.
But why wouldn't it be the same?
Tanks, you could reserve the tanks.
Yeah, but you can do the same thing.
Right? They have a dive shop right by the park entrance. Remember those stairways?
Yeah, no. I remember all that in Catalina, but I'm just saying if we didn't want to go to Catalina, couldn't you just go off of Redondo or one of the parks right there? That would be easier than going all the way over to Catalina, especially if you only had like 24 hours, right?
Well, if you wanted to see, that park it's got everything. The park has been doing really well. You saw the black sea bass and everything, and I hear they have more stuff there now.
Right.
It's actually pretty good to see. But
well, I have Vinny. I know you keep trying to talk me into going to Catalina, but
America's Got Talent. Let's go dive.
Well, I'm wondering if maybe we could fit that in. I think going to Catalina though.
We'll need a wetsuit though.
Well, definitely, but I think.
Hey, Vinny, just take them out to the Long Beach Pier.
Long Beach Pier, no.
No, that's kind of the water's kind of icky.
No, they got that. They got that park there. That's not far from Long Beach, where all the local divers go.
Where all the hobos are.
They gave a big presentation about the beach diving. You don't know the name of the park where they dive off the West Coast there, Benny? Come on, you're supposed to be our West Coast correspondent. I thought you knew this stuff. Well, yeah, but.
Are they talking about? Is it?
Well, the one that Dale Scheckler always
Laguna
gives.
Beach? Beach?
Well, it might be Laguna. I don't know, but let's see. Dale Scheckler, who did California Diving News and works with folks at the Scuba Show.
Yeah.
You guys will only be about 45 minutes from San Juan Capistrano. The diving off there is excellent.
Okay. Well, I mean, if you went straight off the coast of L.A. or just slightly south. To Long Beach. There's a bunch of different
right
options.
Off of Point Furman we could go. That's pretty nice.
Okay.
White Point.
Well, years ago I went Redondo. I did a dive with Bob Evans for force fins.
Yeah,
and,
you
and
can
actually,
dive Redondo Beach. You go off Redondo Beach. Lots
yeah,
of people do it.
we did that. Actually, we dove with the Body Glove guys back in the day. And we had a lot of kelp and stuff like that. It wasn't quite as elaborate as Catalina Island,
Yeah,
but
we
it was
could
still.
If you wanted to go diving, we could go.
Yeah. All right.
When does your flight
we'd
leave?
have to reserve some tank. We'd have to prepare for that.
What are you planning to stake out our homes and clean us out, Barry?
No,
What?
no. I'm just curious. You said you're going there. How long between your dive and your flight?
They have a day and a half.
Good point.
Oh,
Yeah.
so it's more than 24 hours.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Zip on down to Guadalupe. Do the shark dive.
Oh, that's
Greg.
another thing. If you go diving, can you get on a plane that night?
Well,
That's
we're
another
not.
thought.
We wouldn't be. We'd have to do it the day before. We're flying in the day before.
Okay, you have to do it the day before. Okay,
And
Yeah.
keep it shallow. I mean,
and keep it shallow. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I mean, no, it'll be 24 hours. If we're getting in on a Monday and then we don't fly
Leave it
out till
Wednesday night?
late Tuesday night.
Yeah, like almost midnight.
Yeah. So we have over 24 hours. We could potentially do something on that first day.
Damn it, let's do it.
But you'd rather do
Oh, you're
that.
gonna have to rent gear too. The only thing you said you're bringing is a mask and maybe a computer, correct?
Fins. I'll bring
Uh,
fins.
are you bringing fins?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I don't trust that their other ones are going to fit me.
What,
Hey,
you
you're
have,
going out to
you
the
have
Long
weird
Beach
sized
show, though,
feet?
aren't
Yeah,
you?
6 toes.
We're going where,
Yeah,
Casey?
no, when you dive,
Going
you
out to
always
the-
bring your own fins. Don't you? Why would you want to try something else? Don't you want to use the ones you're comfortable with?
Well, if you
Thank
can,
you.
but if
Vinny
you have
gets
to
it.
travel light,
They're light.
You're going out to the Long Beach show, right?
correct. But not
Well,
for this trip.
Just hit
No,
up the reps. You know how they love us.
they love the. Oh, you mean just get free gear? You mean? Yeah.
Just get free gear.
Oh, they
for
love it
use.
when you beg them for free crap.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wise
And
up.
when you mention Scuba Radio, they just
They
fall
start
all over
running
each other to
and
give
call
you free
security.
stuff.
Yeah, or one or the other.
They ball up like a potato bug.
Yes. Yeah. Well, you know,
They
I
go,
mean,
no.
Look,
no,
you know-
no.
they
Just
we
because they say a lot like, put that back.
well they do sometimes.
No touchy.
Well,
No touchy.
The thing is about our trip to Fiji, I have told our crew that we're going to use rental stuff because we're going to be bouncing around quite a bit. We're not just
I
staying
see.
in one resort where you could take your gear and settle in for a week or so. We're going to be like 3 nights here, 3 nights there, 3 nights there, you know, that type of stuff.
I still think you should bring your own mask. And mask
Oh, we're
and
bringing our own
fins.
masks, but beyond that, I said don't bother. I mean, you know, even fins. Oh, they have fins. Everybody, all the resorts have high quality rental gear, so we're just going to rent some stuff, and then
All right.
that way we can be a little bit more mobile. I mean, fins are optional. If you want to bring your own fins, you can, CJ. But unless you have
Well,
some
I've got
like,
the foot ones, so I don't have
well, they
anything to wear.
probably would have foot fins too. I mean, why do you think
All
they
right,
wouldn't
well,
have?
hell,
All
all right.
ahead.
I mean, we'll find out. We're going to try to connect with Paradise here in Fiji and Tabiuni in just a minute. We'll ask them. Find out what kind of fins they have. I mean, you could use.
Because I think that's a pretty important comfort thing when you're diving is have a
Well,
pair of fins.
the best of all worlds is to have your own gear. But if if you have to be extremely mobile.
Well,
like
Greg's not articulating this well. The reason why he explained to us we need to travel so light is not from Orlando to L.A. It's
correct,
or L.A. to Fiji. It's hopping amongst the islands on these little planes.
Well, when in one of those places happens to be Paradise and Tabiuni.
Yeah,
And,
so I get that.
Yeah, we are planning to talk
I
to
see.
Terry.
Okay.
Because
And,
otherwise,
Paradise.
I was going to bring my goggles and flippers.
No, they're you don't call them flippers.
My goggles and my flippers.
CJ, you're forgetting how much crap Greg takes for the show, and you have to drag it around the airport.
Not me.
Hey,
Actually, Greg doesn't kick that much stuff, right? You don't
Get
carry that
Giovanni
much
to
stuff.
go.
Yeah, we're going to bring the.
That's right. We need Giovanni to schlep our gear around.
Well,
We're going to play Army Men.
Hey, we could do that. That'd actually be a good role. But no, yeah, Jerry the diver guy, he'll basically be
a mule.
Well, Kristen's cabin boy.
Jerry
And,
the diver mule.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and he'll have to.
Jerry the Sherpa.
All right.
That's what I'm afraid of.
Yeah. Hey, look, we're gonna head to Paradise, I think, next. Stay close.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
Come as a guest, leave as a friend. It's a philosophy that comes from the top down at Explorer Ventures liveaboards. It doesn't matter if you're traveling solo, with a buddy, or group. Explorer Ventures does the liveaboard dive experience right. For proof, know Explorer Ventures has one of the best repeat customer stats in the dive industry. They're also the official liveaboard company of ScubaRadio. You've likely heard us talk about Explorer Ventures Scuba Radio scuba cruise trips many times, and we invite you to join us on the next one. However, whether we're on board with you or not, I'll bet an Explorer Ventures liveaboard trip will be one of the best dive experiences you've ever had. It just doesn't get any better. Saba St. Kitts, Turks and Caicos, the Galapagos, Maldives, Indonesia, humpback whales, and the Silver Banks, new destinations and itineraries are being added all the time. Call one of their talented travel consultants to find the Explorer Ventures liveaboard experience that's just right for you. 1-800-322-3577. That's 1-800-322-3577. Or visit explorerventures.com. That's explorerventures.com.
Prepare to rig for dive!
Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Hey guys, it's May, and I just wanted to remind you
This shark, swallow you whole.
that I'm scared of sharks. 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 They'll bite you. I don't wanna get my leg bit off by a shark. Shark, 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 shark. Stay away, shark. Sharks are fast, sharks are mean. Sharks will bite you in the spleen. Sharks are fast, sharks are mean. Sharks will bite you in the spleen.
Everyone sing. Sing along if you know the words. I don't think anyone would know the words to that. But we just feel it's obligatory to share nonsense like that with our listeners every now and then on the world's first radio show devoted to diving. It's just what we do. You know, we love sharks. We like seeing them.
Hell yeah.
They got sharks in Fiji. We may see a few of those when we're out there diving.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
What kind of sharks, Greg?
I don't know. Let's find out, because we've connected with Terry in Paradise. That's literally the name of the resort on the island of Taveuni in Fiji, and she's on Scuba Radio with us live right now. By the way, and in the time zone difference, Florida compared to where she is in Fiji, she's in the future.
Greg?
Yes.
Be really nice to her.
Oh, of course, always.
Be
Terry,
really nice to her.
welcome to Scuba Radio. How are you?
Bula, guys. I'm great. Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you for inviting me today.
Yeah, it is. It's early Sunday morning where you are on the planet. Is that correct? Do I have my
It is.
time?
It's about 8:30 in the morning, Fiji time right now.
Yes, way too early. We appreciate you getting up and joining us for our little catch up here before we join you in Paradise. I mean, how is Paradise these days, by the way? Business good?
It's wonderful.
Yeah?
Yes, we are so busy at the moment. It's been a wonderful year for us. Everyone's coming to Fiji. Fiji's been open since 1st of December last year.
Yeah.
And it's just been crazy. Everyone just wants to be here. We've had so many wonderful scuba divers come through, so many return guests as well coming back to the resort, which is wonderful. But the weather's great at the moment. It's August, which is perfect time for seeing the humpback whales. And some of our divers just yesterday, they jumped in after their dive and were swimming with the mother and a baby humpback whale.
Oh,
See,
wow.
Greg, I told you that last week.
That's right. CJ did mention that on the air, that he heard that it was humpback whale season there in Fiji, or especially off the coast of Taveuni. So they've already been having those sightings, huh? So is that kind of like a hit or miss kind of thing, or is it fairly common this time of year, or what, Terry? What do you got?
It is. It's basically, we call it a humpback season. We don't do any dedicated humpback whale trips on the boat. It's just basically when you're going out to Rainbow Reef, which is about a 20-minute boat ride from where we are in Paradise. You go through the Somersomal Strait, which is a very deep channel right in front of the resort.
Yeah.
Where we are, and that's where we do all of our diving on Rainbow Reef, and that's where basically the whales migrate every year with their babies. They'll have their babies in Tonga and bring them through the Somersomal Strait between usually July to September,
How
we
about
have
that?
sightings, and we've been seeing them for the last month or so.
That's
and,
awesome.
And yesterday, our guests were lucky enough to actually swim with them.
Well, when you see them, when you go out today or tomorrow or the next couple of days, just tell them we're coming and hang around a little bit longer for us. We got a couple of weeks before we're going to head your way. But yeah, you talk about the repeat guests. I mean, Paradise. I was fortunate enough to visit you guys years ago. I think it's been about 8 years, if I remember correctly, since I've been there to the resort. And Paradise was one of the just most awe-inspiring places I have ever been on the planet. It's been a place I've wanted to go back to for years, and it's been way too long. But I'm glad we're finally getting to revisit that adventure. And I'm bringing along 3 of my crew that have never been to Fiji, period. So, I mean, you know what you have there and on the island of Taveuni. I have an idea. It probably hasn't changed a whole lot, but if it's even remotely close to what it was last time when I was there, they're in for a treat. I would assume you'll back me up on that, correct?
Yeah, we like it here. We've had the resort for 16 years, and we're owner operators here. So Alan runs the dive shop. He's the dive instructor, and he looks after the dive shop with our team of local divers. And I kind of look after the resort side of things. Not everything. We do a share, but yeah. So it's just been amazing. We've got some really great local divers working for us at the moment. After COVID, obviously we had to put all of our staff off for quite some time, and we closed the resort up a little bit. But we kept they've all come back to us. They're all the same guys that we had before. We've trained up a lot of new staff. We've got some girls, some really keen girls working for us now. They love guiding. They're great at spotting things, all the little things that they find, and they know exactly where to find them. So we've really got a great dive team working for us now.
Well, there you go. By the way, we're bringing a mermaid. I don't know if you have those very often there in Paradise, but if you don't, you should. It's Paradise. I mean, I think Paradise and mermaids go hand in hand.
Yeah.
Yeah. CJ?
Yes, I actually got a great photo of my little girl with she was absolutely blown away by these 2 beautiful mermaids that came to Paradise.
We traveled with them, back in the day. So it's been quite a while. I usually don't leave home without them, Terry, and I don't think they were going to allow me back in Fiji without a mermaid in tow. So we are coming equipped in that regard. CJ?
Terry, Greg had a question, but he's too shy to ask if you guys had fins we could use.
Fins,
We're
rental.
trying to decide whether to pack fins or not.
I don't think it's necessary. You guys have fins in your rental gear locker, right?
We don't actually charge our guests for fins. Mask and snorkel fins is kind of part of the deal when you come and stay with us. It's complimentary during your stay. So don't bring your fins. Save some room in your luggage and bring some other stuff.
Beautiful. See, Greg,
was that a big range of dive gear.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, all the operators in Fiji are fully equipped with rental stuff. So, I mean, obviously the best, most divers want to bring their own stuff, which is, typical diving protocol. But in our situation, as Terry knows, we're going to be bouncing around the islands for a few days there at Paradise, and we're going to Benga, we're going to Voli, and just running around doing an island hopping type of tour. And if you've found yourself in that situation, packing all your dive gear and, packing it up and then taking it out and drying it out, packing it up, that's a lot of headache. And all the resorts have, full rental gear options available. And I would imagine it's pretty good stuff. I mean, just knowing Alan, for instance, who you say oversees all the diving. I see him at the dive shows. I don't see you too much at the dive shows. That's his gig, I guess. Is that the deal, Terry?
Yeah, he does DEMA. I'm not allowed to do DEMA. Apparently, he has too much fun there, so I'm not allowed to go there.
Well,
but I do attend the Long Beach scuba show.
Okay.
I didn't go this year because we were just a bit too busy, and I had some good friends attend it for us. But I'll be there next year.
Well, there you go. Well, we will as well. But yeah, I've seen Alan at the bar. He's a good drinking buddy for sure. All the Fijian folks, all the folks from that part of the world are quite fun. And I can't wait to get out there. It's going to be so much fun. Like I said, we have a mermaid in tow, Jerry the diver guy. Have you ever had a hillbilly there in Paradise? Because that could be a new thing too.
We could. That's fine. We accept all guests.
All right, there you go.
Every walk of life.
I believe that'll be the first diving hillbilly in paradise. I believe it will be.
Do you bring your banjo?
He doesn't need it. Trust me.
Squeal now. Squeal.
God help me.
Yeah, God help him. That's for
They
sure.
should have voted
No,
for
he's
Adrian.
going to be. He's going to be just a very happy diver. No question about it. I know these, and like I said, I have a little idea of what to expect, but the rest of my crew does not. And we're going to bring everybody along for the ride and do a couple radio shows from the islands, and really look forward to hanging with you and Alan there in Paradise and the rest of your crew. So prepare accordingly. I don't know if you need to order some extra bottles of booze or what, probably for yourself, just to accommodate our crew. But prepare as you as you see fit. Okay, Terry, and thanks for checking in today. Okay.
Oh, you're welcome. It was so great. So happy you guys are coming to visit us again. I'm so looking forward to seeing you.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Prepare to rig for dive!
Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Take a look at it on the ocean floor. Just go down there, take your scuba gear and go down there. One of you would do that, I know.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master, CJ, and Bubble Boy in the studio with me. CJ is going to Fiji. Bubble Boy is not, which explains why he's drinking heavily.
Loser.
Yeah. Did you say boozer?
Loser.
Oh, okay. Because he's a little bit of both right now. He might be trying
He's
to
really
drink
enjoying that bourbon.
his sorrows away.
I
since
want to wait
he's-
till after dinner.
He's not on the Fijian Scuba Radio Traveler list, but you are. Jared, the diver guy, is. Terry's still with us. I thought she was going to take off, but maybe she has a few more minutes to join us. I appreciate that, Terry. Or as Jerry kept talking to you during the commercial break, to kind of.
She was explaining some good stuff.
Don't listen to a word Jerry says.
I have a feeling Jerry was trying to explain to you that we've covered this already, Terry. Now you know the history of Fiji a long time ago. They don't do this anymore, but they used to eat people. The cannibalism thing, and out of our four-person crew, I've explained to them that Jerry's the first one who's going to be eaten if we get stranded at sea. Because fat is flavor. Are you going to back me up on that, Terry? Yeah? Or is he trying to politic and tell you, like, hey, have one of the other guys. Eat one of the other guys first. What do you think, Terry? Do you think?
Yeah, I think, they usually go for the one with the most meat on their bones.
Yeah, see? Fat is flavor. That's what I was told back in the day. When I went last time, like 8 years ago, I was the one they kept. Well, it was me or Scott, actually. But it was.
Geez, in our case, Kristen would be the only one alive left alone.
Well, no, we have a 1 in 4 chance.
She's the skinniest
If they start eating one of us, then the other 3 just take off and carry on.
As fast as you can.
Exactly.
We just have to outswim Jerry.
Right. We don't have to outswim them. They'll be there.
I'll be gnawing on his leg.
Yeah, it's gonna take a lot of time to get through that meat and bone. There's a lot of meat on them bones.
But I'm preserved. I've got moonshine.
Well, I think that's in.
They might not like that.
In the Fijian culture, I think that's called marinade. So we'll just leave it at that.
It's a whiskey rub.
Yeah,
It's
a whiskey rub.
It's a whiskey rub.
Right. But we kid. They don't do that anymore. Hopefully, wink, wink, Jerry. No.
Well, if they do, I'll die in paradise.
Yeah, that's true.
You'll die happy.
That's true. I'll never forget, Terry, when I went out to the resort that last time, and we got off the bus after traveling, taking the little puddle jumper flight from the mainland and then driving out to the resort, maybe took a half an hour or so. I don't remember exactly, but we're a little travel weary, but we got out of the bus, and I'll never forget it. I walked through the two buildings, and it opens up to this grass scenery, the palm trees, the mountains, and the sunset in the background, and the giant sign that said, "Welcome to Paradise." And I'm like, oh, my God, I just walked out into a postcard. It was unbelievable as far as the scenery, and I'll never forget it to this day. So I'm looking forward to recreating that magic once again. I would guess I'm not the first person you've heard from who said that, who has visited your resort. Am I right? What do you think?
Yeah, that's the wonderful thing about Paradise. We're actually right at the bottom, right at the southern end of the island, and quite hard to get to. Taveuni, even though it's the third biggest island of Fiji, the infrastructure and the roads aren't that great. We've got unsealed roads for about 30-minute drive from the airport. So it's an hour drive from the airport. You've got half an hour on sealed road, and then it turns into dirt road.
Yeah.
So we're right at the bottom of that dirt road. So you're looking at your travel buddy, you're kind of going, where are we going?
That's right.
Oh my God. And then when you get into Paradise, you get greeted by our wonderful hostess with the mostest flow. You'll meet her. She's amazing. And then she'll walk you through, like you said, through the berets, and then you come to this spectacular grassy oceanfront cliff edge, and you've got a team of our guys from the restaurant going, wow, welcome to Paradise. And you go, oh my God.
Exactly.
And it's just wonderful. And then one of our beautiful girls will give you a welcome foot rub for 15 minutes to make sure you
It's
really
not my foot.
instantly relax.
Oh, quiet. Yes. Yeah, that is
the flip flop.
That is a unique thing that they offer in the Fijian Islands, and I've said this a billion times too on the show ever since my visit, that it's not even so much about the amazing diving that you guys offer in Fiji. It is the people that you meet. I mean, the Fijian people that run the resorts. You might even get to visit their village at some point outside the resort. I mean, that's what really sets it apart as far as all the, experiences that you get to have. You get to meet these folks, and they're just some of the friendliest people I have ever met on the entire planet. And I've actually compared it to Southern hospitality of what we have in the States without the accent. They have a different accent.
Greg, I think it's really sweet of you to bring up the postcard analogy because, as you guys know, postcards that Greg's used to getting say, wish you weren't here.
Yes, but that's a personal issue that I've been working through, in therapy. But yeah, Paradise is something that's truly unique. The cultural exchange you have with the people is remarkable. And as a matter of fact, I think I vaguely remember on that trek from the airport to your resort, you said it was about an hour. I do remember it being a little, a short distance. But yeah, you felt like where the heck are they taking? Where are we going? Like, oh, we're going to a barbecue. And then they kind of look at you weird, like, what? And kind of went back to that whole, okay, who's going to be eating first kind of thing. And then obviously they were joking around with us, and we were having good fun with the people. But I just loved that cultural exchange you had with everybody, drinking kava, and you do a lot of that stuff each night at the resort after dinner or before dinner, I guess, right? Still to this day, is that part of the whole experience?
Yeah, of course. That's the big thing in Paradise. We really want our guests to connect with the Fijian people and with the culture. So a lot of our food is actually Fijian food, and we just turn it into, so that it looks and tastes a little bit on the Western style. So instead of using, say, French fries, we'll use the local fries. So you'll have cassava chips or dalo chips.
Nice.
We'll do coconut crumb fish instead of just like a plain old, fish. So we try and incorporate the local culture in just about everything in Paradise, in the food, definitely in the people. We really encourage our staff and our guests to get to know each other, become Facebook friends,
right? Terry, I've told these guys, and they don't believe me, but part of the thing is that you're supposed to drink kava, sit down with the locals, put on a grass skirt and a coconut bra. And Jerry and CJ in particular think that I'm making this up. That's how you
because
connect.
You usually show up with a mouthful of lies.
No, but that is part of that. Is what they're supposed to do. Back me up there, please. Come on. please.
You don't. It's not exactly a grass skirt, but we do give you a skirt. In Fiji, it's called a sulu.
See?
Or a sarong.
Right.
That we do ask you to wear when you go to the village, or
Right.
when you come to Fiji night, you'll have one of the sulus that we gift you.
And the coconut
And you gotta
bra is
wear
just for
that
the guys
and,
that have
yeah,
the man
it's
boob thing issue, right? Jerry.
Leave me out of it.
Yeah, so I don't know. Yeah, we don't want to cause any international incidents.
It's bula, right?
Bula, yeah, that's
not bully like you're doing now.
Yeah, Greg.
No, I'm just trying to, make sure we don't create any international incidents with the Fijian nation and everything like that. So I don't know. We'll do our best. You guys prepare
No
accordingly.
exposed male nipples.
Hire extra security, whatever you need to do, Terry. But we look forward to seeing you in a few weeks. Okay.
Yeah, we're excited to have you guys. We look forward to welcoming you home soon.
There you go. Bula Vanaka. There you go. See, I'm already getting into the whole thing. Yeah, there you go. All right, that'll do it for this week. Till next time, remember, it's always better. Where, gang? Come on.
Down. Where it's wetter.
Safe diving, everyone.
On the boat or down below if you want to stay in the know. If you be pressurized there, you'll want to be there on Scuba Radio. Let's go! Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio is a production of Overboard Entertainment Incorporated.
Scuba Radio. This seems the logical place for fish to congregate.
Remember, you can listen live or to archives of past editions of Scuba Radio worldwide over the internet at ScubaRadio.com.
So we're in international waters? Indeed so.
Tell a friend and buddy up with your radio every week for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Well, it's all very nice here, but we should be going. I miss me wife and me oxygen.
Yes, we all miss our loved ones and gases. Let's go.
The opinions you just heard on Scuba Radio are those of the hosts, callers, and guests.
Okay, what I just heard? Blah, 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 blah.
They are not necessarily those of any station or network, its management, or advertisers.
Come on, quit yanking me.
Scuba diving does involve risk and should never be conducted without proper instruction and training.
Oh, what's the worst thing that could happen?
I could die.
Have any questions or comments? Feel free to do so via the web at ScubaRadio.com.